hearing this? Alright, how's it going, JDM crew? If you're new to the channel, I'm John from JDM EXPO, and I talk about some of our inventory, show it, and I'm not the sales guy. You can contact our sales team, info at jdm-expo.com. Any of the cars that you see on our channel, the ones that we have now and the ones that are sold, they can tell you all about them, but I do some of these informational videos, and today's episode is a little bit more rough. All right. Yeah, this is a Nissan 180SX. And so for those of you guys familiar with the chassis codes, RPS13. I'll have to double check my info later once I actually stop. And I have it saved on my phone here. I was just checking out the VIN number. I'll be showing you guys that in the engine bay later. I believe this was 94. But don't quote me on that just yet. We have about 179,937 kilometers. Gonna be adding about 10 more here shortly. Heading over to our warehouse where I'll be doing the walk around. And so this thing is quite modded. SR20 DET modified cover, so it was probably a red top, being an S13. You guys hearing this? So it's opened up quite a bit. We just had the suspension adjusted, so it's a little bit lower now. And wow, this definitely feeling the response of these coilovers here. It's yeah, definitely not for the faint at heart. If you guys don't like a rough ride, you're probably not going to like this car. But actually, while cruising along, it's just fine. It's just, I mean, we've got a racing bucket seat here. We've got a lot of suspension mods. Quite a bit in the way of performance mods and all that. So it is a 2.0 liter for those of you guys wondering. It is the SR20 DET, so. This actually has the dual tip exhaust, so if you've ever heard some of the other models that have that, such as the S14 and S13 in the States, or in any other country that has the Sylvia or 240 variants. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. Yep. So, I mean, the clutch is fine. I've been able to go through all 5 gears, no problems whatsoever. I can definitely hear the LSD going. You hear that little bit of gear whine, that but that's because it's meant to go. It's not meant to be so comfortable. It's meant to get you up to speed, slide it like crazy. So this has got a wide body kit, definitely set up more for drift. Definitely feels like a two-way. Yeah, I don't have the full list of modifications. You can definitely check with our sales team if you're interested in those details. We got the Gretty Profec controller here. We have a few other electronics that have got this tuned. I'm not sure what it dynos at. If you're curious about that, we can maybe get a power reading on there, but I would estimate pretty solid 250 to 300 most likely, just because it looks like they've opened it up quite a bit more for response rather than peak power. So we'll open up a little bit here once the traffic clears and be able to test that through the RPM. if you guys can even hear me. Oh shoot, there's a fire over here. Not good. Oh, never mind. They're just burning garbage. That's good. That's fine. It's normal out here in the farm country. You know, if I had the windows rolled down, it would actually be a lot louder. Not sure what the neighbors are gonna say. Alright, so we'll start from the interior before I give the old walk around here. And we do have some cracks in the dash, being as aged as it is. Some of them are a little better than others, and this one, some cracks, but still functional. We've got, right there, you can see a couple more kilometers on there, so it'll still be under 180,000, so somewhere around 110,000 miles. No stereo deck, but we do have wiring for amps, and we do have speakers installed, so you can do with that as you will. We do have a Caro's area, got some tweeters there, so pretty much it's got a lot of little doodads here and there. And yeah, for the most part the interior is intact here. Carpets are in good shape. Oh, not sure if it's bright enough there. Get some more lighting in there. Yeah, there we go. And of course, you can also see in the back so the trunk area is kind of emptied out. We do have this Momo steering wheel. The button is removed, so you can probably just put that back in later. It's for the horn. And we do have this screwdriver style shift knob, which also has matching screwdriver style key. So, a little theme going on here. And we do have some of the additional wiring right there for the speakers and amp. Just so you guys know, that is there. So, whenever the previous owner sold it, they definitely removed the amp and audio deck, so and you got that boost gauge there. So in the way of gauges, we do have this boost gauge. We do have water temperature, oil pressure, and oil temperature. So we do have all that. I'll do a quick walk around of the exterior. And oh, I did want to mention we do have this sunroof. It doesn't slide, it only flips up right there. So as you can see, the headliner's intact there. And this is removable, so it has like a mesh style coating or something there. You can kind of see the pattern there. And here I'll open it up real quick. So yeah. And it doesn't leak, so no problems there. Drains properly. And here we are, the 180SX. And so it had been repainted because we do have this wide kit on it. So you can see there, pretty good shape. And you can see how the stance of this is. And you can see the I'll be showing you the plumbing here shortly. A little bit opened up a bit, so you'll see the intercooler and the plumbing in there and all that good stuff. That dual exhaust. And again, you can see how that sits real nicely there. Just pop the hood there and I'll show you around. I'll just double check on my phone again what I was explaining earlier about the year. And it was manufactured in September of '94. So, and here's the number if you want to look that up at your leisure. RPS 13. As you can see, we do have some chassis stiffening components front and back. We do have some coilovers installed there. It's got a little bit of dust and minor surface rust on there, but it's not pitting, not flaking all around there, so that's okay. I have this Apex I filter, which goes into the turbo there. It gets compressed, goes through this plumbing to the front mount intercooler right there. And as you can see, you have the battery there, comes up to the intake plenum, boom, more power. And actually this thing's just a little bit more responsive, so it doesn't feel like peak horsepower is much higher than stock though, so you're looking around the 250s. It feels like I mentioned during the drive, maybe a little less than 300, but I'm pretty sure you can dial it up a bit with a tune on here, so you got all what you need to do it. Oil catch can over there, and of course you got to keep things cool, so you got this nice, it looks like a 2-row, you can't really see from the other side, but definitely higher volume radiator there. Looks like the fan shroud's got a little crack in there. And a lot of silicone hoses and stuff, so yeah, there we go. SR20 DET. Just making sure that locks there properly. Oh, and I did want to mention, do you have an oil cooler there? So it's really got all sorts of components to really make sure you get a lot more reliability whenever you're pushing it, so pretty good. Well, there you have it, crew. 94 180 SX, good old Nissan power there with that SR20 DET. And you got all the different mods on there. Definitely not for those of you that are looking for a smoother ride. This is definitely a bit more harsh, and it's designed to go. So yeah, not the most comfortable for a lot of you. I didn't have too much trouble with it. I mean, some of the harder bumps, yeah, you're gonna feel it. But like overall, even with the lower profile tires and all that, the suspension upgrades, it's still really good handling overall, so not as harsh as it could be. So yeah, if you're interested in this or any other vehicles, info at JDM-expo.com. It'll go direct to our sales team. And if you instant message us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, all those DMs will go to our sales team, so they'll be able to get back to you within 24 hours usually. Due to time differences and all that. So definitely forward any questions you have about these cars to them, or if you're looking for something else in particular, they can definitely help you out with that. As always, guys, thanks for stopping by. So, subscribe for more content, and check out our other videos if you're interested in other vehicles, and you'll see me in those as well, talking about all sorts of different cars. So anything that you're interested in, just forward those questions over to our sales team. And as always, guys, thanks for stopping by. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.